Hi guys. So a couple weeks ago I came on and did a really short video and talked about how I'm going to be switching things up a little bit. I want to touch on a few topics that have increasingly been coming up in my life and in conversation with other people. And a lot of it has to do with the state of the world, all the things that are going on. I'm going to try not to make it controversial. I want you all to remember as we discuss these things that I have my own perspective and perception on life, and you have your own perception and perspective on life. And sometimes it's okay that we disagree with some things, but we always will need to be respectful of each other. And that's one of the lessons I've actually learned in the last 6 to 9 months, I guess, this whole year, basically, is that having really healthy boundaries, even when we're having discussions like this, even if you guys are watching me on video, having healthy boundaries is really important. And so that's going to be one of the first things that we talk about. Before we get into that, I had mentioned a couple weeks ago about the big birthday bash that I was doing, celebrating my birthday, which was in August. I do have just I added a few extra spots for those discounted readings, discounted astrology chart readings, discounted 30-minute reading sessions. There's a discounted Reiki session, and the one question readings are available as well. All of that is in the description box in the link below under the birthday bash. So take advantage of that. I'm going to be putting up new services coming up here probably in the next week or so, which is going to be really cool. I'm going to be offering Akashic record readings and some different type of astrology healing readings. We're going to look at astrology charts and how you can heal yourself through your astrology chart. So there are going to be some new services coming up. So take advantage of what is discounted right now, because those services will probably not so much be offered at that rate anymore. Okay, so boundaries. Boundaries are really fun. So one of the reasons why we as humans have a difficult time putting up boundaries, healthy boundaries with other people, is the fear of how they are going to perceive us or how they're going to react to us, or some of us are even really afraid to lose people in our lives, which is a totally valid reason. Like, of course you're going to be worried that you're going to lose another person in your life if you put up healthy boundaries. But if you don't have healthy boundaries and you don't allow yourself to say, this is what I need for myself, there's a lot of extra energy output that you do because you're putting on a facade. You're being pretend, you're being fake, right? So if you're not putting boundaries up with people and you're not being fully transparent in how you feel, and you're not voicing your opinion or voicing how you feel about a certain situation, you're always going to, the other people aren't going to know who you truly are, or who you really are. So part of stepping into your power and part of speaking your truth is putting those boundaries up. One of the biggest issues with putting up healthy boundaries is we've already had a relationship with these people where we didn't have any boundaries, or there are old boundaries that we put up. We didn't have any boundaries at all, or the boundaries just need to be revised, or we are ready to start adding boundaries or whatnot. So this is kind of where we sort of hit a snag in the process and in the journey, because you need to have healthy boundaries so that you can be true to yourself, so that you can live in your authenticity, so you can step into your power. You need to have boundaries. Why though? Why do we need to have boundaries? Why do I need to push people away? It's not about pushing people away. If people can't respect the healthy boundaries that you put up, and they cross them constantly, or they say, that's not fair to me, that's not fair to me, they're probably not your people. And that's really hard to accept, because you can have a friendship for a week where this person is very respectful of your boundaries, understands your intentions. You guys are transparent with each other. They know your personal truth because they're meeting you and learning who you are from today, right? They don't know about your past. They don't know about the things that you've been through. They don't know about all the situations that you had, right? But then you can have a friendship or a relationship or a family member that you've had your entire life for 20 plus years, whatever, right? And then you start putting up your boundaries with that person. They don't like it. Why do they not like it? Because it doesn't fit their perception of you. It doesn't fit their agenda of you. You were one person for a very long time. And then all of a sudden you decided to change, which is absolutely okay to do. It is okay to change your mind. It is okay to change who you are. It is okay to reset yourself. It is okay to reinvent yourself even every single day if you want to. Why? Because you have free will. You were placed on this planet for a purpose and a reason. And if you're not living out that purpose and reason and you decide to change your direction to live out your purpose and reason, and somebody else doesn't like that you're doing that, that's a them problem. That's not a you problem. You see what I'm saying? So accepting first that we have to put up healthy boundaries with people, and accepting that not that 100% of the time there will be at least one person in your life that gets angry with your boundaries, that doesn't appreciate that you have boundaries, that has an opinion about your boundaries. There will always be that person. It's up to you to decide, can I compromise? And when I do compromise, where's that line drawn between my compromising for them if they're not compromising for me? You can easily see who is against you and who is not for your path and journey and growth and evolution. Easily. When you start putting up your boundaries, I guarantee. And that is a frightening concept. And it's really scary for people to do that. But every single time you don't say something, or you don't do something, or you don't act on something because you're afraid that it's going to make somebody else feel a certain way, you are compromising your own integrity. You're compromising your own authenticity. You're compromising your own truth every single time. So when you place your boundaries, you have to understand that there are going to be a lot of truths that are revealed to you about how other people see you and how other people are going to approach you and how other people are going to, how they've been taking advantage of you for a very long time, how they've been living off of your energy. You're going to see where you've been codependent, where somebody else has been codependent on you. The biggest part of that, though, is committing to yourself, because you can easily start to put up boundaries and then start to get really scared because, oh my gosh, I'm losing all these people in my life. And you take a step back and then you run away from it all because I don't want to lose all of these people. And so I'm going to stop putting up boundaries, and I'm going to stop, I'm going to go back to my old life. I'm going to go back to the person where I wear that mask and I'm a pretend Betsy every single day because I don't want to lose people. I don't want to be that. The thing is your soul, you will become miserable. And I'm not sure if you've recognized that there are certain people that you can be around that you have to exert extra energy to give a shit what they're talking about, or you have to exert extra energy to tell people, oh, this is what I'm doing in my life, but you don't give all of the details because how are they going to look at me? How are they going to see me if I give them all of the details of my life? The perception that people have of you is the perception is what you give to them. So people are seeing as much as you will allow them to see. And when you're not fully living in your authenticity and you're not fully living within your truth and your purpose, people are only going to see small, tiny parts of you. So how do we do that? How do we set boundaries? Where do we start? What's the beginning phase? Transparency. being fully honest with how you feel about things, looking at people and saying, this is what I need from you. This is what I expect of our relationship. This is what I expect, right? You can do it at work. Coworkers are constantly coming over and talking to you and spilling their guts and giving you all of that bullshit. And you're like, I don't want to hear it. I'm exhausted. You exhaust me, right? And so the next time that somebody comes up and they don't ask you, do you have space to listen to me vent? And they just start venting. You can look at them and you can say, I don't have the space and time to do that right now. If you'd like to get together, after work, or if you would like to get together on the weekend and we can hang out and we can talk about this, but I don't have the time. I have to get work done. If they start to feel a certain way because you placed that boundary, immediately they will either fall off or they'll be like, oh, I get it. Okay, yeah, no problem. And they'll respect you. There is no in between. It's either the people that respect your boundaries or the people that are going to fall off. You see what I'm saying? So transparency. First way to start setting boundaries. Speaking your truth. What does that mean? Full transparency of emotions, of expectations, of compromises, whatever it is. Also, being really, really aware of yourself. Because if you're putting up boundaries for other people and you're not abiding by those boundaries yourself, like for example, some guy wants to date you. Some girl wants to date you. And they come in really hot and heavy. And you're like, whoa. That is too fast. I didn't expect that. And you push that back a little bit, right? But then you meet someone and you're like, oh man, I am really down with this person. And you go in hot and heavy. And you cross your own boundary because you're not taking the steps. You're not taking it slowly. You're not... Whatever rules you gave this person, you're not taking those rules on yourself. That is not respecting your own boundaries. Do you see what I'm saying? And you can place that in any area of your life. If you're at work and a coworker comes and vents to you all the time and you ask the coworker not to do that anymore and they respect that boundary, but then you decide that you need to vent to somebody and you go do that, you are literally crossing your own boundary and probably somebody else's too at the same time. So, committing to yourself, being honest to yourself, being fully transparent with other people and to yourself is a really good start. It's a really good place to start with putting up healthy boundaries. And during this day and age, we have to have healthy boundaries, you guys, because everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. And just because they think they're right doesn't mean they actually are. It is an opinion, right? It's an opinion. And we'll talk a little bit more about when somebody has an opinion of you. It is literally like, or they're attacking you, or they're coming at you, or they cross their boundaries or whatever, that it's not actually personal. If you want to learn more about stepping into your power, learning how to use your intuition, and creating boundaries, learning how to detach emotionally from situations, and being a little bit more mindful and self-aware in your life, I have a workshop going on this Saturday. The link is in the description box below, Cultivating Your Own Fearless Intuition. It's kind of a big deal right now to be in your power, to be standing authentically in your power, because everybody else is going to tell you how to live your life. And so if you're not strong and firm within your own power and what you're doing in your life, it's very, very hard. It's really funny because I was supposed to have that workshop last weekend and then I totally forgot that it was Labor Day weekend. And so we rescheduled it for this coming weekend. So I feel like it was sort of fated that this is the way that it was supposed to go. So that I could talk to you guys about it and then give you a little bit more information on Saturday. I would love to see you do that. And we're going to have more of this. I'm going to be chatting you guys up about talking about mindfulness. Also, I did a thing. There was a really fun article written about me in the In Kansas City magazine. And I also did a podcast talking about mindfulness and self-care and spiritual self-care. So that's really cool. All of those links are in the description box. Man, you guys, the channel's been on for 3 years. We just had the three-year birthday on September 3rd. That was the first day that I uploaded a video. It's actually, the birth of the channel was August 28th, 2017. But the first video I uploaded was on September 3rd. And I looked back at that first video, and it was the Virgo video. I have evolved. So I almost feel like that was a little girl. It was only 3 years ago, and I feel like she was so naive, very ignorant and naive about what she was doing. And so it's been really fun. Like, this has been quite a journey. You just being on this channel and having this channel has taught me a lot of really amazing, tremendous lessons about myself. And I'm grateful for it. I mean, it wasn't always fun. It wasn't always fun at all. But I am definitely grateful for it. So, and thank you for being a part of that with me. I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And I love you very much. And I hope to see you guys this weekend. And I will be on again really soon to talk about some more things about how to step into your own power. Bye.